a little bit of golf, a little bit of poker, and a whole lot of fun. All on this special episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine.
Hi there, and welcome to Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. I'm Icenrye. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the family, welcome to the show. Essentially what this is me, a video camera, go out geocaching, film it, throw it together with a few hints, tips, and tricks, upload it to the internet so you can download and watch at your own leisure. If you're a regular viewer, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate your viewership. So, what's new? Well, the big news is, of course, the Cache Maniacs interview. If you're not a subscriber to the Cache Maniacs podcast, make sure you check it out, cachemaniacs.com. Right now, Daryl and Firefly are in a series of podcast interviews with hosts and producers of other geocaching podcasts. So they've been speaking with Sunny and Sandy, the podcaster. They've been speaking to GeoTalk. They've been speaking to the New Jersey podcast and a whole slew of others, great geocaching podcasts out there, including yours truly of the Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. Now myself, I was featured in episode 17. It's in full video, so you get to see what they look like on their end and their incredible setups. These guys are set up. And then you see my little area where I put this lovely show together. But check it out, cachemaniacs.com. Episode 17 is the interview with me, but check out all their episodes. I guarantee you will like this show. So anyways, that about wraps it up for current news. Now, if you're a regular viewer of the show, you know the format. We always do some geocaching news, mail, frap her mouth, shoutouts. Well, this month, it's a very special episode, and I'm going to skip all that. So what's happening this month? Well, if you look around, I'm currently standing in the middle of Fort George Park here in Prince George, British Columbia. As a matter of fact, just over that way, a couple hundred meters, this is my famous Fort George cache. And I don't see any vehicles parked around there, but hopefully somebody will be looking for it today. Anyway, so what's happening today? Well, today is the first annual Prince George meet and greet. And it's the accumulation of the 2007 BCGA Cache Blitz. So I've spoken of the Cache Blitz before, and if you don't remember what the Cache Blitz is a series of it's a cache placement marathon, essentially what it is. And throughout the month of March and April, caches were placed throughout the province of British Columbia and entered into a competition. When you find the cache, you'd go to a special website and you'd actually vote on the cache. And they had different categories: best terrain, best view, best disguised cache, and they even have categories for log entries, most descriptive log entry, and best log entry, and so on and so forth. Well, tonight, I'm filming this on a Saturday, and tomorrow on the Sunday, throughout the entire province of British Columbia, there's going to be banquets giving out awards for the Cache Blitz. And here in Prince George, we'll be having our banquet later tonight at a popular restaurant. However, we decided to change this into a full day event. So we're starting off here in beautiful Fort George Park, and Storm Cloud and his wife are the hosts of this event, and we're going to have a pancake breakfast. From there, we'll be going on to a closest pin competition, and then from there, we got 5 brand new caches that have just been released in the Prince George area, and we're going to have a poker cache event. So you will go to each cache, draw a card, we'll meet up later tonight at the restaurant, reveal our hands, and again, whoever has the best hand will win the various prizes. And after all that's done, we'll be giving out our own awards for the Cache Blitz 2007. So just a brief description of what to expect on this episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. I'm really looking forward to throwing it together and hope you enjoy watching it. So I'm starting to smell some coffee, so it looks like breakfast is getting ready to go here. So I'm going to go over, make some introductions, and let's go have some fun.
From May to September, down Ocean Parkway, sitting on the edge of the shore. Instead of looking straight down the barrel that Monday, we'd hit it after hitting the beach every Sunday. By 3 in the afternoon, we were looking for more. And by 4, we were headed to that seaside shack. Every sunny Sunday, the place would pack. By 5, we'd come alive and the party would commence to begin. And by 6, the little buster was kicking the blues, while the whole dance floor was kicking off their shoes. We were young, having fun, riding shotgun and jumping in. Down at the old beach inn.
Don't put things around or look where it is. Watch, careful backing up.
So one of the fun things we're doing today here at the Prince George Meet and Greet is closest to the pin competition. Storm cloud's gone out, marked the spot. Somewhere just behind me here. You can enter the coordinates into your GPS receiver, grab your popsicle stick, walk around till the needle hits 0, then mark your spot. So I got the coordinates marked in. Let's go find this sucker. Alright, we're down within about 2 meters, 4 meters now of where he claims the pin to be, with very good accuracy today. So we're going to go back to our needle. Somewhere's around here where we put our mark.
Somebody told them to pick up the stick.
Yeah. Alright, I marked my spot. I hope I'm close. Anyways, there's some fresh coffee. I'm gonna go have a cup. Look, for the first time ever, another person has appeared on Icenrye's geocaching Videozine. Okay, this is a co-worker of mine. I've just got her into the sport, and your geocaching username is?
Stangerland.
Okay, and guess what? She's yet to find a geocache. So, while we're waiting for breakfast, we're going to introduce her. You and me, the internet audience, all you fine folks watching at home, we're going to introduce her to the sport of geocaching. And guess what? There's a cache close by. Y'all remember the Fort George cache, which is about 200 meters behind us. So we're going to grab the camera, our GPS units, and we're going to go find this little sucker. So come with us and let's go. And away we go.
Every sunny Sunday, the place would pack. By 5, we'd come alive and the party would commence to begin. We could almost hear a buster still there in the blues.
So now the excitement builds. Our new is in the general area of the cache, and as you can see, well, there's quite a few people hanging around the cache area now. And I look over, I can actually see the cache from here, but we're just going to let them look around just a little bit longer and see if any of them find the sucker. And of course, you know me, I don't give away spoilers, so I'll show you what the cache looks like. I've shown it before, I'm just not going to show you exactly where it is. So I'm just going to head over there and go meet some new geocaches. I don't really recognize them offhand, so let's go watch some geocaching. Ah, the joys of geocaching. You can see there's not too many people hanging around right now. Pretty much everybody decided to give up and go for breakfast, which is really smelling good now, so I gotta go eat myself. But as the cache owner, I decided, is it there? So I took a look, and guess what? It's missing. Oops. If I remember correctly, I do have another identical cache container sitting at home. I originally bought 3, I gave 1 away as a prize. I should still have 1 kicking around in the house somewhere. So looks like I got a little bit of cache rebuilding to do, but that's unfortunate because it was actually a rather nice cache and I rather enjoyed it. But oh well, the hazards of geocaching. Anyways, breakfast is calling, we're going to eat. Alright, well, we finished breakfast, we had the closest to pen competition, and I tell you, some people are really close to the pen. But anyways, now comes the fun parts, the poker cache. Now, Storm Cloud has hidden 5 caches in the Prince George area, and we have them entered into our units here. And Angie and I are just heading off there. First one's just behind us here somewhere. Now, these caches are a little different. It's that each cache will contain a series of playing cards. When we find a cache, we'll take 1 card, and later tonight we'll open up the cards. Best poker hand wins. So, according to our units, we're about 60 meters away or so, just generally off behind me. I'm going to grab Angie, you're going to grab the camera. We're off and running. Let's go. Alright, we're really close now. How far are we, Angie?
3 meters.
3 meters. Somewhere's behind us here is the cache. Now the clue is beware the 4 guardians, and I'm looking at some really big trees, so chances are it's hiding in there somewhere. And you know the best part of it? Just off camera, it's the cache owner, and he's already snickering. One of these days, later today, I am going to have an interview with Storm Cloud, and he's a really great guy, and he's actually brought the level of caching in Prince George up to a higher level, and I'm trying to crawl up there myself. But anyways, the cache is somewhere around here. It's time for us to go look, but you know, as usual, I don't give away spoilers, so we're just going to shut down the camera till we actually find the cache. Alrighty, got the card, we found the first cache. Good little hike, interesting. So the next cache is just up the road about another kilometer or so, so we're gonna pack up the gear, head back to our vehicles, and actually down the river we go. Actually standing along the shores of the Fraser River, one of the longest rivers in North America, and if I were to hop in a boat, eventually I'd end up down in Vancouver and be able to catch their Cache Blitz party tonight. But for now, we're back onto the road looking for the next cache. Alright, so we've driven down the road a little ways and we're rapidly approaching the location of the second part of the poker cache. Matter of fact, we're about 20 meters away, just off behind us, and chances are it's somewhere down near the Fraser River, the mighty Fraser River, which is actually a lot higher than usual this year. We had a lot of snow this winter in central interior British Columbia, which is a fancy way of saying we didn't get any winter caching done at all because everything was under not 3 feet of snow, but 5 feet of snow. That's, you know, 1.5 meters for the rest of the planet. So anyways, like I said, we're about 20 meters away. Angie's getting impatient. She wants to get running. She's found her first cache. She's into the sport now, so we're off and running. Alright, success! We got the card, we found 2 so far. Number 3 is about 4 kilometers away. It's actually in a residential neighborhood. So, looks like old Storm Cloud is taking us to a little unknown neighborhood park or something. So, Angie's just finishing off hiding the cache box again, and we're off and running. Be right back with the number 3 cache in the poker run. Okay, well here we are. We're actually at waypoint number 4. You didn't see much film of number 3 because we entered the coordinates for number 3, got there, and it actually pointed to someone's driveway. So we're not quite sure if Storm Cloud made a calculation error or if he has the coordinates wrong on the sheets. And actually, as I arrived here, there was another team leaving, and they had the same problem too. So we're gonna poke around, need to find 5 caches. We found 2 so far, 1 DNF, but hey, we'll figure this thing out yet. And as you can probably hear, it's a little blustery out here, so hopefully the camera won't blow away. But next cache is just behind us. We're gonna go off and track her down. Alright, so I've already found the cache. It's nicely hidden. Angie's still looking for it. She doesn't realize she's actually on top of the cache. He's really, really close. So I'm just going to step over here in case she does find it, because you know me, I don't like giving away spoilers. So, yeah, once she let her find out where it is. She's a newbie, you know, she's got to learn, and she's having a great time so far, and so am I. And the next cache is actually just up the road a little ways. It's in a place called Moore's Meadow, which is an area I know fairly well. I actually grew up around this area here in Prince George, and spent a lot of time riding my mountain bike and walking various dogs in there. And can't wait to get back to the meadow again, and more importantly, it's an off-leash area, so I'll be able to let Abel go for a spin. Roxy, she's still young, she's going to be on the flexi, but the dogs will finally get a chance to stretch her legs. So I think Angie might have just tracked it down there, so she's found it. So I'm going to go sign the log, get my card, check in with you guys at the next cache. Okay, so we've driven just a little further north on Foothills Boulevard, and we're now near the entrance to Moore's Meadow Park. Now behind me you'll see a rather large pile of logs, and this is the unfortunate consequence of the pine beetle problem that we've been having here in British Columbia. And if you don't know what that is, well, it's a tiny little beetle that works its way into pine trees and lays its eggs, and as soon as it does that, it essentially kills the tree. And unfortunately, we've lost most of the pine trees in the province of British Columbia. Now, the telltale signs of what they call beetle kill wood, if you look closely on the log, you'll see a little blue band right inside the wood. Now, the wood itself is perfectly fine. All this will go off and it'll turn into 2x4s or wood chips, and it'll eventually turn into your newspaper, your toilet paper, or your house. Unfortunately, it means that we have to plant a lot more trees here in British Columbia, and after a few years you'll probably be seeing a lot more spruce than pine. However, I digress. This is a show about geocaching and not the wonders of nature. So we're about 170, 180 meters away from the cache, and it's just down the road here a little ways. So again, we're going to grab the camera, grab the dogs. My partner Angie's just waiting for me, and we're going to go off and find this, and that'll be 4 out of the 5, and then we'll have to go back and see what we can do about number 3. Alright, so we're off and running. Okay, well, as you can see, I'm not at a different location. Wonder where I am? Well, we got a hold of the cache owner, and sure enough, he made a slight typo mistake. And this is actually the location of number 3, which we've just found. And we got all 5 now. Yes, we did find number 4. We didn't film it because it's in a fairly wooded area. We had the dogs with us, and it was pretty crazy in there. A little crazy reception, and you really had to watch your footage, so I didn't feel like dragging the camera into there. But we found all 5 caches now. We got our poker hand, so it's just a matter of getting ourselves over to the banquet, finding out who has the best hand, and may the best player win. But you know me, I'm gonna keep my poker face on. So anyways, we're hungry. It's been a long time since breakfast, so we're just gonna head over to a local eatery, grab a bite to eat, then Angie and I are probably going to do some more geocaching. I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. So I'm now outside a local Chinese restaurant, and this is where we're having the banquet tonight. So time to head on in, join the party, and give away some prizes. Come on in as we go eat, drink, and talk about geocaching.
12:30 at night. And on Thursday, I'd gone out and I had fine-tuned all the coordinates so they were within a meter.
Yeah.
Except the last one, which kept bouncing.
Okay, we know where.
So, you're a member of BCGA.
Travel bucket rolled up in the hay?
No, Steve.
Oh, Steve, anyhow.
And the winner was Steamer 7 at 91.5. All of April was Cache Blitz month. Okay. 5 cachers in this area, including myself, put out some Cache Blitz prizes. Cache Blitz overall winner was, according to my email last night from the president of the BCGA, was Plum Brook Acres.
Oh, geez.
Exactly.
Okay, should we get your wife over here to make your decision for you?
Is the t-shirt in front?
No. You can have. You want a t-shirt?
Yeah.
Second place was Me.
So which one are you gonna take?
My wife tells me I need a bigger flashlight.
Where am I now?
My dog's gonna go crazy.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
We don't go too many mountains.
Third for the Black Cache Blitz was Craig Malibu.
Well, that's a tough one, but
So,
I think I'm gonna have to go for the cash.
Cache. Okay. Number 4 was Sheldon hiding behind the camera. You got a choice: mouse pad and coin, or the tool bag.
I'll take the mouse pad. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and I'd like to thank my hairstylist.
The production crew?
And the production crew, yes. We had a huge turnout for Icenrye Productions today at the...
Obviously, you don't have to pay your hairstylist much, do you?
No, obviously not. Well,
That's quite yours.
oh, thank you. I mean, I could take the flashlight. A bunch of us probably going to be maybe
Not if you
going.
wanted to do it with your hands.
So, and Dr. DeCrypto was our 5th finalist, and I will forward this one to him.
And then moving.
So I'm here with Tom, better known as Stormcloud, the organizer of tonight's event, and Prince George Cacher Extraordinaire, Storm, or Tom, if I may. Thanks for your great work in the Prince George caching community.
My pleasure.
So, what got you into this great sport?
A fellow over there by the name of Father and Daughter took me out a couple of years ago before I'd had a GPS and showed me one. And we went on a motorcycle ride and he showed me another one. Eventually he loaned me one of his old GPSs and it went from there.
Cool, yeah, well, you've done some great work here in Prince George. You're, what's the nasty cache?
Prevaricators Paradise.
Yes, that one. That one took me for a bit of a loop, had a lot of fun, and I really totally enjoyed it. So, you got some future ideas coming up?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Chuckle every time I think of them.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever read the GC.com forums, there's one thread there on cache disguises. This guy knows them all. Trust me, he's raised the level of caching to Prince George to something absolutely great. So again, thank you for all the work you've done to the local community. It's really good to see some new blood coming into the city. And thanks again for hosting this great event. It was, I got 4th place is something. Anyway, so that about wraps.
First with that show.
Yeah, thank you. So that about wraps it up for this episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. I hope you enjoyed it. So in the meantime and in between time, that's it. See you next time. Goodbye. Cache on.
Bye.
So that's that about. And what we're doing is we're starting off here in beautiful Fort George Park. We got a pancake breakfast on the go. Stormcloud and his wife are just getting everything set up. And I'm getting hungry, and you can probably see in some of these shots, I have a well-exercised stomach muscle. So there you go, a brief description of what to expect on this episode of Icenrye's Geocaching, and of course throughout the episode. And the object is to enter the coordinates into your GPS unit, go around till the needle hits 0, and stick your popsicle. Alright, so I found the cache, and Angie's still over there looking around. She's even in the shot. There, that's better. Well, you can probably hear some traffic noise behind me. There's this little pull-off here off a major boulevard in Prince George, and standing real close to a big pile of logs. That sucks. Alrighty, so we're just a little further north up on Foothills Boulevard. We're in an area of town called I grew up here. I think I can remember what this place is called. So in the meantime and in between time, that's it. See you next time. Goodbye. Cache on.
Bye.
Really purging more than I did.
I screwed up the ending, but we'll make it work anyways. Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You know, so.